Well done, Kubo. Well fucking done. Let's go, baby. I am so glad to say that a lot of the BS that we got from last week's chapter has been redeemed and for the most part eradicated with this week's chapter. I really was just like last week, oh my gosh, so disappointed. But with this week's chapter, it nullified a lot of the BS that I felt was coming in, and just all the reverse character development for Rukia that we got last week was put back in place for the most part with this chapter. So for starters, the whole thing with Byakuya showing up, while still, ideally, I wouldn't have preferred him to show up or whatever. While ideally, I didn't really want Byakuya to show up, and I still say, yeah, he couldn't have, he didn't really need to show up. To be honest with you, I think in the end, Rukia still, either way, if he showed up or didn't show up, would have won this battle. The only thing that he pretty much helped out with in the end was that, yeah, he pretty much told her that he's not necessarily showing your fear. What you're seeing is his fear, his scared face. So really the only thing that he did was give her a piece of advice, but I think in the end that wasn't too difficult for her to figure out. And last week when he kind of cut through the things, I think in the end, if Rukia would have did this, I think that it was a big possibility, a strong possibility, she could have taken out Asnodt by herself anyway. That's just my theory on it. I think that he helped out, but at the end of the day, she didn't even get damaged yet or anything. I think that it's a big possibility she really didn't need him there regardless. And then we get the bombshell. The bombshell that just has me like, ooh. As of right now, from what I read this week out of the big three, I think Bleach has the best chapter by far. By far. This chapter just totally kicked ass, gave back that development, and it redeemed Kubo where I'm like, yo, Kubo, you went from last week, I was like, your target, your enemy number one, bro, to this week, like, you did some dope shit, bro. Hakka no Togame, Rukia's Bankai's name, which apparently she achieved Bankai, so I'm hoping that after all is said and done after this, she gets promoted from her seat to captain level. I think that she definitely deserves it. Her and Renji deserve it. But just to see that she achieved Bankai, it's like, I can't fucking wait to see what it is. All we get is that glimpse of like that big cloud of smoke or whatever the hell that was, and it's just about to go down, and I'm like, oh. And I was looking around because I was like really curious to see what Hakka no Togame meant, and from what I got so far, all I can get was the word grave or something along the lines of that. So I'm guessing it's like, some really badass shit like your final grave or some shit. I couldn't get the both words, find out what they mean or whatever, but one of the words meant grave, so it's probably like maybe cold grave or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a theory for one of the words. So it's something grave, which is still fucking epic as hell, and I'm just glad that, yes, she didn't really need Byakuya, and he gave her a pointer or two, but at the end of the day, she really didn't need him. Ideally, I wouldn't have wanted Byakuya to show up regardless, but since Kubo decided, you know what, I'm not going to do her dirty, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it times 10. And it's just like, oh, she probably could have fucking beat this cocksucker by herself. Fucking beast ass shit. Now, as far as Asnodt goes, hearing that pretty much what you're seeing is not your own fear, it's his fear. It kind of just shows that he's just like some fucked up individual. Like, he's messed up in the head and he keeps on, I won't kill you, I won't kill you. All this scary shit is really just him being like afraid of himself. Like, somebody need to put this dude in a straitjacket because he's fucked up in the head, clearly. Now, maybe I was mistaken, but did I read correctly when I read that Senban Sakura is not Byakuya's Bankai? He found out that that's only his Shikai. So whoever he ends up fighting, it's going to be one hell of a battle because he is beyond powered up. Now, again, there's certain aspects of this chapter where I still feel like it doesn't completely put back what I felt with Rukia. Like, I felt like Rukia had advanced to like, yo, this bitch is like on some next level shit. I feel as though some of the negatives of the chapter, because I gotta be honest with you guys, was I feel as though it feels as though Byakuya's like, I'll give you one. I'll let you get this fight. I could easily handle him, but you handle my light work. That's the only like negative about this chapter that I can honestly say, because aside from that, it was just like practically flawless. Like, Rukia gets her character development back. She probably could have defeated him anyway on her own. We find out that she has Bankai, and it's probably some fucking great shit. So it was all amazing stuff. It was just that really, like, Byakuya, give him or take him out. I prefer take him out of there, and it still would have been fucking, like, she still could have done it herself. So that's my thought. But Senban Sakura is not his Bankai. It's apparently his Shikai from what I read. this motherfucker's going to be like times 10 OP. If Rukia and Renji have pretty much gotten to the point where they're stronger than what Byakuya was before he went to the Soul Palace, at least Rukia is, then what the fuck is Byakuya gonna be? And what, when Ichigo shows up, what the fuck is he gonna be? I'd imagine at this point Ichigo in base form has surpassed his Dangai form, what he was when he fought Aizen back then. I think that he's possibly has surpassed that power already, and it's not even that he needs to do Final Getsuga Tensho or any of that shit. So Byakuya, what the fuck is he gonna be like? It's like Senbon Sakura. Now, obviously, it's somewhat of a plot device for, like, you know, he had to study it further, whatever the case may be. But regardless of what, this is going to give him legitimate power. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm using the same old techniques. He's obviously going to have a whole new arsenal of techniques. And it's just like, god damn, what is up with the Zero Division? If, like, these people are coming back, Renji and Rukia are coming back captain level, beyond captain level, and Byakuya is coming back 10 times. They're probably nothing compared to Byakuya, what he is. Then what are the people at the Zero Division? And even further, it makes me speculate, then what is the Soul King? Just looking at this, if you keep seeing the progression of these people, they're coming back 10 times stronger than they ever was. Like, Rukia, it would have took her probably 1,000 more years of training to get to where she is right now. Same thing with Renji, probably. It would have took them ages to get to where they are. And they spent, I don't know what, couple weeks in the fucking Soul Palace, and they achieved this power. Same thing with Byakuya after he was nearly dead, which still is a touchy subject with that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was revealed in this chapter that Asnodt pretty much ripped out his guts. But if these people, including Byakuya, are coming back godlike, then what does that mean about the Zero Division and the Soul King? Only time will tell. Overall, this chapter, though, very good chapter. Amazing stuff. Rukia Bankai level. She really didn't need Byakuya at the end of the day. He just gave her a pointer or two. Byakuya, we get the revelation that he's gone above and beyond Senbon Sakura. That has become his Shikai. That downgraded from his ultimate attack, fucking beast-ass attack, to, yeah, I throw out my Shikai on you, bro. Like, I'm fucking excited as fuck. Once again, Bleach, best chapter this week. I'm going to give this bad boy a 9 out of 10. I felt this was a great chapter. It was character driven. It moved it along, and it just, like, progressed the fight even further, and it just showed that Rukia is doing shit on her own. I really hope at this point that Asnodt isn't able to beat Rukia. I really hope Rukia can do this completely without Byakuya's help. At this point, it would be really redundant if Byakuya needs to come in and help her. Because right now we're at some great status. It made up for a lot of the blunders we had last week. Like last week's chapter, I was just like, fuck Bleach! This week's chapter, I'm like, hell's motherfucking yeah. Hell's motherfucking yeah. Kubo, you made up for it in a great way. So again, 9 out of 10, great chapter. I'm looking so forward to next week. Just please don't have any bullshit where Byakuya needs to help her out anyway. Let this Hakka no Togame be the final blow. The final nail in the coffin to this creepy, weird, fucked up in the head motherfucker, Asnodt. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, do you still feel in a sort of way that Byakuya's presence really shouldn't have been there overall? Like, it kind of just downgraded slightly. Like, I still feel a smidge. A lot of it has pretty much been lifted, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, handle my light work. Do you feel like that as well to a certain degree? Also, what are your thoughts on this whole Rukia Bankai? What are your predictions on what it is? I'm really, like, right now, I don't know what to really think of it. I'm guessing maybe it'll be like just this downpour of icicles or some shit. Like, I couldn't possibly begin to predict. I mean, we just see like this cloud in the sky and shit, so I don't even know what the fuck it could possibly be. But what's your prediction? And Byakuya, Senbon Sakura being downgraded from Bankai to Shikai status. What do you think about that? You think it's too much of an ass pull? To a certain degree, it's kind of like, eh. But, you know, it's a Soul Division. You know, it's the Zero Division, the Soul Palace, so who knows what the fuck is up there. You know, what Wheaties they've been taking up there. Just your overall thoughts of the chapter. Are you as hyped as me that Rukia was redeemed in this chapter and, like, it's back to, like, Rukia for a motherfucking win? But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for my bitch Rukia's Bankai, baby, because Asnodt, yes, be afraid. Don't be afraid of yourself, though. Be afraid of that Hakka no Togame. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.